Do you want a beef and cheddar that looks like this? Or do you want a beef and cheddar that looks like this? Stick around and I'll show you how to make it. Let's get going. Okay, the first thing we got to get done is we got to get this beef prepared. I'm using bottom round roast. It's very lean and it's going to be a tender cut of meat and it's going to be perfect for slicing it up later on to make these beef and cheddars. All right, I'm going to bring it down below and we're going to get this meat seasoned up and get the smoker started up. Okay, we're going to season this bottom round roast up with my SPG. Let's get the seasoning this baby up. Make sure we get all sides. I'm not going to be doing that fat cap. We're going to be cooking it fat cap down on the Z-grills today. We want to make sure we get all this meat covered. Okay, let's get the smoker heated up to 250 and I'll bring it back then. All right, we're sitting at 250. Let's get this bottom round roast onto the Z-grills and we're going to cook this to an internal temperature of 130. All right, let's get it on. I'm going to do fat side down. Then I'm going to get my TempSpike Pro. Get it pushed all the way in there. Now we're going to let that go until the internal temp, it's 130 degrees. When that time comes, I'll bring it back. So after closing the lid and inserting the TempSpike Pro, the internal temperature of the meat is 34 degrees. And this is set at 250, like I said before. I have a timer going here, so we can see how long it's going to take this meat rise to 130 at 250 degrees. So far, we're sitting at 1 minute and counting. I got to bring it back later. Okay, we've reached 128 in 2 hours and 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pull it now. We're just 2 degrees shy of 130, and that is good enough for me. All right, let's get this pulled off. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's looking good. All right, let's get this baby pulled off. And there we have it. Now we're going to bring it inside and we're going to let it cool down a bit. And then when it's time for slicing, I will bring you back. All right, let's get this meat sliced up. Oh yeah, that is going to be some goodness right there. Let's get to making this sandwich. All right, let's get to making this beef and cheddar on an onion roll. Onion bun, onion roll, whatever you want to call it. I did not make this cheese myself. I just used the jar stuff, but feel free to make your own cheese. But I figured this would be easier for everybody. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's put the lid on. And there you have it. Your own beef and cheddar. Way better than any Arby's. All right, everybody, it is time for the taste test, and this will be a messy one. But look at that. How can you go wrong? Arby's is good, but it's still fast food. This is not Arby's. This is homemade, and you can do this too. All right, let's give it a taste here. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Now let's put some good old-fashioned Arby sauce on this. I love Arby sauce. The messier, the better. All right, let's put the lid back on. And there we go with the Arby sauce. Dripping goodness. Oh, yeah. That Arby sauce makes the perfect addition. Tastes just like Arby's, only homemade and better. Yeah, finger looking good. All right, everybody, there you go. You can make a delicious Arby's beef and cheddar at home on your own. A little bit of work, and you can make it 100 times better than what Arby's can. I thank you all for watching. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And as I always say, if I can cook it, you can cook it. Stop making boring food. This is definitely not boring, and you can do this. All right, everybody, take care, and I will definitely catch you on the next one.